J.D. Vance just said in an interview that he thinks you are going to be the leading Democratic candidate for president in 2028. What's your response to that?
I mean, I hope he is. That's what I'll say.
That he's the Republican nominee?
It's amazing to be here. You know what I'm thinking as I'm coming down the steps is don't fall and bust your ass in front of all of you and in front of all these cameras, because they would never let me live that one down. You know, the previous president, I'm trying to be nonpartisan. You ever seen these old cartoons where you've got the angel on the shoulder and the devil on the shoulder? Well, because I'm speaking to all of you, our great patriots and service members, I've got the angel on my shoulder saying, JD, don't be partisan. We're going to make this nonpartisan. And then I've got the devil on my shoulder who wants to talk about every time that Joe Biden fell up or down the stairs. And the media didn't care about that, but if I did it one time, it would be a major, major story.
My name is Jason Watson. I'm an active duty major in the United States Air Force. However, who I am is immaterial. In the grand scheme of things, I'm just a nobody. What matters far more than who I am is what I have to say and the price I'm willing to pay to say it. I, Jason Paul Watson, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. I first swore this oath over 20 years ago upon entering basic cadet training at the United States Air Force Academy in late June of 2005. When the President of the United States orders military action against foreign countries absent an emergency scenario where American interests are under imminent, dire threat, as was done with Venezuela, Cuba, and Iran, that's an unconstitutional usurpation of Congress's authority and a violation of the War Powers Clause. These violations resulted in the deaths of 13 service members and injuries of hundreds more. For this, the President and Vice President must be impeached, convicted, and removed.
Wow.
Why do you think no one is showing up to Donald Trump's 250th anniversary? Like,
his party sucks.
Yeah.
There's nothing fun to do.
Right.
Even Vanilla Ice canceled on him the last minute because the weather was supposed to be bad, but it turned out being just fine. So you throw bad parties, no one's going to come.
I assume you're not going.
No, I will not be there with anything that is specifically aligned with the president.
Got it.
Anyone who makes this about himself as opposed to the 250th anniversary of our amazing country deserves the party alone.
Got it. Thank you, Congressman.
Fundamentally not going to agree with me on this because you think
that Palestinians deserve to live.
No,
Thank you very much.
No, ma'am, that's not it. Did you? Hi.
Yes, I did record it.
Okay.
Beautiful sun sitting there. I think I'm going to give one to myself, one to them, and we'll have a threesome, okay? I'll pick out one of the two. I'll give them the Congressional Medal of Honor for something, for their genius at hunting, and I'll get one for taking on Russia, Russia, Russia.
Everybody, I just filed a discharge petition so we can block the $1.776 billion political slush fund that, well, Todd Blanche says they're not moving forward with it. Well, when your car comes to a stop sign, you're not moving forward, but 5 seconds later you are. And Donald Trump says he's still going forward with it. So we need to cement into law. They cannot do that slush fund for the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and other convicted criminals. And also, we need to block their attempt to give the president, his family, and their businesses complete and total immunity from criminal, civil, tax investigation and prosecution for all the crimes they've committed up until now. So we need to just get all the Democrats. That shouldn't be too difficult. And then we need 6 Republicans, and we will be able to pass this into law. Thanks, everybody.
Elections.
What are your plans for the housing bill, Mr. President?
I don't know. I think it's so unimportant by compared to the Save America Act.
Will you sign that housing bill?
I have not. It hasn't been sent to me yet. It's coming. I understand, and then I'll make it. Here's what I would like to sign. Much more than a bill. That big deal. It's a yawn.
Today marks 4 years since the Trump-appointed Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. That decision has been devastating for women all across this country. It stripped away reproductive rights that had existed for half a century, leaving millions vulnerable and forcing many women to travel hundreds of miles over state lines just to access basic health care. When I heard about the decision, I immediately thought of my mother and her tireless work protesting to protect women's rights. I won't accept that we're living in a time when my daughter has fewer rights than my mother had. Here in Illinois, we trust women to make their own choices. When I got elected in 2018, reproductive rights were under assault by Donald Trump, and we had no time to waste. Now, my MAGA Republican opponent for governor, Darren Bailey, wants to end a woman's right to choose. And that's why I signed legislation to protect the right to a safe abortion and critical reproductive care long before the Dobbs decision. I won't ever back down in the fight to preserve women's rights and protect women's bodily autonomy.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this clip. Pay attention very carefully to how Donald Trump answers this question. We'll be right back.
Conflict with the US over Taiwan. What's your response to that?
I don't think there's a conflict, other than we don't need their strait. We don't need
on Taiwan, Mr. President Xi said there was a risk of conflict with the US over Taiwan.
No, I don't think so. I think we'll be fine.
Donald Trump just confused Taiwan with Iran. Asked about Taiwan, he says, we don't need their strait. You could even see in Donald Trump's face that he's struggling to formulate his thought. And he completely blows it and confuses 2 countries that have nothing to do with each other.
You had said you were the Department of War Crimes. Why did you order the bombing of the girls' school in Iran? Why have you been the illegal attacks that have been killing fishermen in the Caribbean and the Pacific? Why are you continuing this war? You deserve to be arrested. You deserve to be arrested.
Have you no shame?
You deserve.
You are a war criminal, and you will be tried. You should be disgusted with yourself. How many American service members have to die for Israel? How many Iranian schoolgirls have to die for Israel?
Trump is probably the most horrible human that ever lived in any capacity doing anything. And not a political statement. That is observational, completely observational. No matter what he would do, if he was doing another job, he would be the same asshole. Like if he was working on a car lot and you went onto that lot to buy a new car and he came walking towards you, innately you'd be like, nah, not that guy. I don't feel comfortable with that guy. There's something off, not right. It's not right.
Actually, real quick, how do House Republicans make the case that you're fighting for affordability when you go back to your districts?
Affordability? What are you talking about?
Well, affordability is the big...
I'm going to go there tomorrow. Over the 4th. I'm going to get me a couple big lobster tails. I'm going to get me some nice ribeyes. I'm going to sit in my backyard with my family, my neighbors. And we're going to be enjoying the 4th, celebrating 250 years, the birthday. We're going to be celebrating the greatest president in my lifetime, Donald J. Trump. Maybe watch some fireworks. Won't be up here. It's going to be too hot, right? And I'm in bed at 11 o'clock. I heard the fireworks ain't going off till 11 o'clock Eastern on the 4th of July. I probably have to sleep through that one. But listen, everybody understands you're going to see a little increase in energy prices because of Iran. I mean, come on. People aren't stupid. You realize that when you have a conflict Iran. But I think in the end, this short-term increase in some of the costs of energy, gasoline and stuff, is temporary. But President Trump has made it very clear to these companies, don't be gouging, no price gouging. I mean, energy, oil was at $69 the other day, 72 today. I mean, the price has got to come down. Don't take advantage of the American people. To me, it's almost criminal.
You think 60% of Americans...
So we got to do that. We have to do that. And I think that the overall goal and objective is to make sure Iran never has a nuclear weapon. So I'm okay with the increase in fuel because you knew it was going to happen with oil and the Strait and everything, but it's a temporary issue.
You think the 60% of Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck can afford lobster tails and ribeyes and all of that?
Maybe not. Maybe the 60% of America don't work as hard as I do either. I mean, I don't know.
Yesterday, Donald Trump said that I should be arrested. He said that I should be deported. He said that I should be denaturalized. And he said those things about me, someone who stands to be the first immigrant mayor of this city in generations, someone who would also be the first Muslim and the first South Asian mayor in this city's history. Less so because of who I am, because of where I come from, because of how I look or how I speak, and more so because he wants to distract from what I fight for. I fight for working people. I fight for the very people that have been priced out of this city, and I fight for the same people that he said he was fighting for. This is the same president who ran on a campaign of cheaper groceries.
Important to note when you talk about potentially a constitutional amendment that the American people, in terms of polling, the American people, in terms of polling, do overwhelmingly support birthright citizenship as it stands now. Ken Cuccinelli, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. Thank you.
Boy, you are a left-wing hack.
Wow, it's unfortunate that you felt the need to say that. I appreciate you coming on to answer fair questions.
Will not wait to abolish ICE and pass Medicare for all. We will not wait to put an end to the politics of the past, to get big money out of our politics, and to reject corporate PACs and AIPAC. And no, we will not wait to end the genocide in Palestine.
Let's go. Having a good time?
Are you?
I love it. I think it's great. I think it's great. Go ahead.
The president will be doing a recording, and when it opens on Sunday, you'll hear his voice here.
It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. President Trump is the man in the arena, and it's a thrill to have him here to help dedicate this presidential library today.
Well, thank you. It's really great being here. You've done a phenomenal job. And those words, I've heard them before many times, and nothing more beautiful, nothing more true. It's true. The man in the arena, or the woman in the arena, I guess we probably have to.
President Obama was aware that I would be playing music with young musicians from the neighborhood. But when he heard we were writing an original piece, a song just for the occasion, he said, that might be a lot of work. And as usual, he was right. But it's been great work, and it's everything the center stands for. It's inclusivity, it's access to resources, it's mentorship and opportunity. So we thank you for this opportunity. The song is called Better Believe, and I start it, but is everybody ready?
Yes. Let's go.
It goes like this.
It's time for the trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning.
was trying to get that last bite done before the intro. Testing. Good morning. All right. It's 9:23 a.m. in the Pacific time zone. Currently a temperature of about 88 degrees. Here out on the outer rim, otherwise known as Boulder Highway. There it is, right back there. See it? That's Boulder Highway. Look, I have a picture of a truck on my desk. As one does. Anyhow, good morning. I hope you enjoyed the intro. I had a coffee incident, so I do not have my coffee. In my haste to get the coffee done, I forgot. It's a weird thing. When I put the scoops of coffee, I put like 2 heaping tablespoons of coffee, in the thing. And unless I take a spoon and sort of like push it down the coffee once it's in the filter and everything, and kind of make a little crater in the middle. If I don't do that, then when the water drips down, it doesn't drip down through. It doesn't filter through. It just stays right in the filter. All the water. It's ridiculous. I've never had a coffee maker where I have to do that, and I learned that that's what you have to do. You have to like flatten out the coffee. You can't let the coffee just be a big pile. You have to like flatten it down and I make a little crater out of it. And I forgot to do that this time. So now I have no coffee. As soon as it might be cool enough now where I can take that out, I can lift that out and start a new one. So I might be doing that. But in the meantime, let me say hi to everybody. I'm not able to scroll back to the top, Paul Burrows, but I did see that you were in there. Paul Burrows was first, and I hope you're doing well this morning, Paul. And everyone else too. So yeah, the farthest I'm able to scroll back to is where Nick Rich says hello to everyone or to anyone. Oh, hello to anyone I may have missed. Don't forget to hit the like. That's very sage advice. Hit the like. William is here. Hey, William, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Nola Carnes is here. DPD. Always good to see DPD. Brooklyn and SJU. Trixie LaRue was here. Says, I read it quick and thought it said Trump has failed hair. And I can see why you would think it said that because it is pretty much failed hair. Man, I'm a little groggy this morning. I gotta admit, I'm a little groggy. I'm feeling a little groggy this morning. Yeah. Michelle is here. Who else is here? We got Nick Rich, Michelle. Thanks, guys, for being here. I do appreciate you. I wasn't able to get any memes today, so I got no memes. I'm looking to see if magically one appears. No, I don't think I got nothing new. Let's see. Did I ever post this one? Let's see. Mago will believe reflecting pool was vandalized with no video proof, but deny an insurrection happened when it's on their television sets, live television. These people are cult fanatics. The Freedom Fair 250. Boy, that's a rousing success, isn't it? There's more people walking around my apartment here than there are at that fair. I've seen lots of videos of it. Not lots, but I've seen 3 or 4 different videos of it. It's just, it's a joke, that Freedom Fair 250. Now, what I heard, here's what I heard, is that they had something like, I don't know, many millions of dollars were allocated, I think, with government tax dollars for a celebration to be held on the lawn there, the DC, lawn, and that whatever they put together there, those little plywood and blow up buildings they made, it was just a fraction of whatever was allocated. They've spent a fraction of it, and they're like, where'd the rest of that money go? So it's just another one of Trump's scams. The guy can't do anything without scamming. At the very end of that intro was part of the, Trump was just at North Dakota for the opening of the Teddy Roosevelt Library, and I just saw the clip after it was too late for me to put it into the intro. I kind of wish I had, though, because they maybe I'll add it afterwards. They did the ribbon cutting ceremony, and old Klepto Don he stole the scissors. He walked off with the scissors. He thought that was a nice little keepsake. I'm sure someone would have said, "Yeah, you can have that. You don't have to try to stick it in your pocket like we don't see you doing it." The guy is just a weirdo. I mean, and not in a good way, Donald Trump. I did have the clip where he said he would have a threesome with his sons. The guy is just, no matter what he might say, he was kidding, he was joking, or whatever, he didn't mean it in that way. It doesn't really matter. It just shows the mentality of that man. And he said the reason he should get a Medal of Honor is because he beat the Russia. DPD says no one should rest or be still without all these motherfuckers being held accountable. I agree. We need accountability. We need justice. Justice needs to be served. That's for sure. That is for sure. I'm a little groggy. I haven't had my coffee. I'm going to go see if I can make my coffee. Shall we? Shall I? Yeah, DPD. Who the fuck jokes about something like that? Well, someone with a sick mind, I guess. He just thinks he's so funny. All right, I can turn the camera around and coffee, I guess. Let's see here. You can see on my refrigerator, when I got my stuff, I got some boxes of my stuff from my my storage that was cleaned out. I found my little stuff for my fridge. Those are some old pictures of my kids from when they were back in grade school, and they would make little things, little frames of them or whatever. So I got those on my fridge. Mr. Spock says something about coffee sizes. Standard 8-ounce cup of brewed coffee contains about 95 to 200 milligrams of caffeine, compared to just 30 to 60 milligrams for an 8-ounce cup of black tea. Okay, all right then. I'm going to go step into the kitchen and make my coffee. See if I can get the coffee going. You don't need to see the bathroom. All right, let's see if I can get this out of here without burning myself. I think it's cool enough now. Yeah. Well, that was a waste. That was a waste of coffee. Chock full of nuts. This is good shit, man. I'm telling you. Chock full of nuts, man. Good shit. It's the shit, man. All right. So I just got to even this out. Sort of make a little crater there. I forgot to do that. I was rushing. I was kind of rushing earlier. Gotta make sure the filter is off back too. Well, I'm gonna have a Pop Tart. I forgot I bought Pop Tarts. I'm gonna make myself a Pop Tart or two. If you don't mind, I got raspberry. What was that noise? Did you hear the noise? Did something just fall over? I heard a noise. Oh, you know what? It was a toilet seat. It falls over from time to time. Alrighty then, let's put these Pop Tarts in here. I'm going to turn this down a bit so it doesn't burn. It's just a bit of a different setting than the regular toast. So we're going to do that. Alright. Alright then. All right. So how you guys doing? How you guys doing? I'm making coffee, making Pop Tarts. Now another thing, I was going through a box in my closet. This was not a box that was from the storage. This is from my box of my stuff that I've been carrying around with me. I was looking for something, and I came across this bag. You can see it's got the Apple logo on it. So this is from the Apple store. And in that bag, there's no Apple products. There's something else in there. I'm going to show you. Now, when I was driving, it's been over 3 years. I think it's been like 3.5 years now. Raspberry Johnny Cats Pop Tarts. I said that already. Maybe you didn't hear me because I was way over there. But oh, they just popped. Speaking of Pop Tots, they just popped. I didn't get. I wear prescription glasses. These are my prescription glasses. And I didn't start wearing prescription glasses until at least a year after I quit driving. So, but as what happens as we get older, you know, our eyes start to go a little bit. We get the old eyes, and I was finding it harder and harder to read small print. So I started buying reading glasses. These are reading glasses. I use these because it's when everything's so close like this. It's just easier for me to use reading glasses rather than my bifocal prescription glasses. And so I would buy reading glasses, but for some reason I was constantly losing my reading glasses. And I don't know where they would go. I don't know what was happening to my reading. So I was always buying new pairs of reading glasses because like every truck stop they sell reading glasses. I guess it's a common issue for truckers and travelers that need reading glasses. So I was always constantly buying new reading glasses because I was always losing my reading glasses. And then about 3.5 years ago, when I decided to park the truck and get rid of the truck, I had to clean it all out of, because I was getting rid of the truck. So I cleaned all my stuff out of it. And when I did that, I found pair after pair after pair after pair after pair of reading glasses. Some of them not even out of the package yet. I mean, they were in little cubby holes. They were in little shelves, and they were in little boxes. They were all over the place. And I was like, how the hell do these reading glasses get all over the place? I kept finding them, and that's what's in this bag right here. Inside this bag are all the reading glasses that I bought and lost. Now here's a nice case. This is not for my reading glasses. This is for a nice. Oh, I know. This was for a nice pair of sunglasses that I don't have. This is empty. Really nice case though. I don't even know what that. It says Coach. I don't even remember that. So I'm just going to reach in. I'm going to show you. Look, here's a pair. It's still in the little plastic. This little plastic thing. This was probably a 3-pack because there's like 3 little notches. I never even took this one out of the little plastic thing. So I got these. These are kind of, I don't know, kind of weird. But they work good. They work pretty good. So there's these. And look I've got this. It came in a nice little holder. Oh, look at this one. These are like, what is it? Are these turtle shell? Look at these babies. I don't know what happened to the sunglasses. I got the nice case. I've lost so many sunglasses. All the sunglasses that I've had recently are all gone. I don't have any sunglasses because I leave them in cabs, and then people just apparently take them. Like the next cab driver just goes, "Oh, look at these nice pair of sunglasses someone left here." Because there is a lost and found. I like these. These are kind of nice. Let's see what's next here. I'm just reaching into the bag. Oh, this is an empty case. So I do have another empty case. I could put. Look, I could put these in this case. I guess. Oh, I don't think. These aren't fitting in the case. I guess it's just a special pair that has to fit in there or something. I don't know. What's next? I'm just reaching in here. Oh, here's another. Oh, this is a nice little glasses holder. Oh wait, these. Oh, these are sunglasses. Oh, look at this. I don't know if these. Oh, oh, look at this. And these are like bifocal. Bifocal reading glasses. Oh, I used to. Oh, that's right. I used to wear these a lot when I was driving. These are not prescription on top. These are just like regular lenses. But down here is these are just reading glasses. These are not prescription, but these are really good because when I was driving, since I still had good vision to see distances, it was the stuff close up that I was having problems with. So these were really good because I could drive and just look down. But then if I wanted to see like the dashboard or anything on the Qualcomm, then I could just look down and look right through the little the reader portion. Oh, these are good. These are pretty cool. I'm glad I found these. I might be able to use these for work, and I can lose these ones too. Then, wow, these are. I like these. This is nice. I guess this will fit in here. So at least I'll have some sunglasses when I go to work. Even though these aren't these are not prescription, but I can still see pretty good, far away. What's next in the bag here? This is just another little thing where you can put glasses in. So I could put these in here. Okay, that'll work. So there's that. Here's another. Oh shit. Another little glass holder case thingy. So I got a lot of these little cases. This thing just fell. Let's see. What have I got here? Well, let me put the next pair of glasses on. Let's see if I can. Oh, I think maybe there's a lot of cases. This is an empty case. Got a lot of cases in here. Oh, these are all little the little cases that come with them. So I got those. This might be another pair of sunglasses. Let's see. It's in the case. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. There's another pair of sunglasses. These are again just regular lens with a reader lens. Now this here is some sort of a card. Now with these dark lenses I cannot read. Let's see here. What is this thing? This is a card, just something. All it has is it looks like a carrot. Oh, this is for Instacart. I don't think I ever used this. I don't think I ever delivered for Instacart. I guess I signed up for it, and they give you a card. I guess if you go shopping and you use the card, I don't know. I never did use it. I never did do it. But there's that. Look at here. Three pairs of these little readers still in the case, never opened. Never opened. 3 pairs of value something. Never ever opened. I wonder if if I just take some of these to Goodwill or something. Here's another case, empty. Nice. This is a nice case. What do you guys think? Should I take these to drop them off at Goodwill or something? Because I don't need all of these. Here's another. I do have a lot of empty cases. There's an empty case. Now here's another. This is for a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses, but are these Ray-Bans? I don't think so. I think these are another pair of. I forgot I had so many sunglasses with reader lenses in them. There's another pair. Yeah, this is another pair with the reader lenses in it. I liked wearing these when I was driving because, like I said, I could still see down the road and then look down and I could see the dashboard and stuff. God, I got three pairs of those. Here's another really nice case. This is for a pair of sunglasses. Oh, look at there. I think these are just regular sunglasses. I don't think these are. Yeah, these don't have any lenses in them, so they're kind of useless. I mean, these are good to wear. I could wear these around, but they're not really good for driving, I guess. These would be good for when I'm walking down to 7-Eleven, But as far as reading, I cannot read the chat at all. It's just all blurry. Then because there's no reader lens in here. I must have bought these before my eyes were going really bad. But anyhow, so there's that. And is that it? Oh, that's it. The bag's empty. So actually, I think there was more of these cases than there were glasses. But yeah, I got this 3-pack of glasses. I got 3 pairs of sunglasses with reader lenses in it. 1 pair of sunglasses that are just regular sunglasses. And then a couple other of the whatchamacallits, regular like that were in here. So yeah, wow, yeah, I got all these cases, but it looks like I got 1, 2. I got 5 extra pair of reading glasses. I guess I should keep them. I don't know because I'll probably lose them. And then I have these are the ones. These are my prescription glasses, so that's different. And then this is what I've been using these. So I think I like. Which one do you guys like the best for reading glasses? I think I like these ones the best. They are kind of crooked though. I don't know. I kind of like these. I think I still like. I kind of like the dark. I think I still like these too. Oh, but the other thing I found, which I'd already taken these out, was I had this whole box of these anti-fog wipes. But I opened one up last night, and you know how have you ever had like a little one of these little packets? Like the kind to like wipe your hands, and if you find an old one, it's all dried up inside. I opened up one last night and it was all dried up. So I still have almost the whole box of 100. There's probably still 80 in here, and I bet you I'm going to open this one, but I bet you it's no good. They're probably all no good. They're not moist, although there's a little bit of moistness. There's a little bit of moistness left on it, but probably not like it should be. But I think enough where I could probably still use it on these glasses here. So, I mean, it's not completely dry. I know if they're completely dry, you're not supposed to do it because it could scratch the lens. But it's enough, just enough moistness. So I may have some of these might still be good. The one I opened last night was not. So it's kind of weird that some are, some aren't. But this one seems to be okay. Ooh, can you guys hear that? That's me wiping the lens. Oh, was it ASMR? So anyhow, I just cleaned those. These have probably never been worn, so they're totally clean. Hey, I'm gonna go get my Pop-Tart and my coffee. See if can you guys still hear me? Well, yeah, of course you can hear me. Wait. All right, now can you still hear me? Can you still hear me now? Oh boy. I'm making a mess. Well, it looks like the coffee it filtered down this time. Now Pop-Tarts. They're still warm. All right, I got coffee. I got coffee and Pop-Tarts. All right, so we got that going. Look what I got though. About another package of these. I highly recommend these if you have roach problems. I just got a new batch of these, so I'm going to set those out today. I bought it comes in a pack of 12. Now I thought, and maybe they have different boxes or with different strengths. Maybe I don't know. I thought it said it was good for 6 months because I think it's been about 6 months since I put those traps in, and but on the box that I have now, it says 3 months. So I guess I've had these old traps in here for about twice as long as I should have, but they've done such a good job. I have not seen one, not nary a bug, not one. Ever since I put these traps out, after like a couple weeks, I have not seen one bug at all in here at all. So they work really good, but I'm going to change them out because I think it's been at least 6 months now. Nick Rich is here. Hey, Nick, good to see you. Oh, I already said hi. I'm just going back here. MJ Daniel. Washington State is here. Hey, MJ, good to see you. Jolie's here. Hello, Jolie. Did we lose the sound? No, that was just, there was no sound on that portion of the intro where they were those two psychos. And I mean that in a good way. I mean, I call them psychos because that's crazy. What they climbed to the, I guess that was the top of the Empire State Building, the very top antenna thingy or whatever. Oh, that's hot coffee. I just burned the fuck out of my tongue. But there was no sound on that. But they posted the flag that said something. I forget, but it was on the intro. And I guess they also got engaged. Jolie says, this clip really pisses me off. Oh, that one, I forget the guy's name, but that one Republican congressperson. What a jerk, right? What a fucking jerk. You know? Barbara Nicholas, hey Barbara, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Barbara says, don't curse yourself, knock on wood about the bugs. Yeah, okay, knock on wood. But, you know, I have mentioned it before, so I think, you know, about how effective those things are. So I don't think I jinxed it. You know. Yeah, but what an asshole. He's like, I'm gonna be having me some lobster tails and some steaks and some ribeyes. And then the reporter or whatever is like, well, do you think that the average person out there is going to be able to afford lobster tails and ribeyes? And he didn't give a shit. That congressperson, he don't give a shit. He's like, I don't know. Maybe they don't work as hard as I do. Fuck you. The American people, we have the highest GDP in the fucking world. We are the hardest working motherfuckers in the world. And we get very little back. At least in terms of, you know, our tax dollars going to things that come back to help us. We do get a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong, but with our infrastructure. But we work, I guarantee you, we work 1,000,000 times more than that cocksucker does. So fuck that asshole. Nick Rich says Mamdani has principles that piss off the right. Hey, Billy Kids here. Billy Kid says, I challenge him to name a congressman that works harder than any blue-collar American. We work our asses off. And that's all we do is fucking work. I've had people in my cabs or in my ride share, people like from Europe and shit. And they'll ask me, have you ever done this? Because they're like having the time of their lives. They're out here. They've gone to New York. They've gone to LA. They go to Vegas. They go to the Grand Canyon. They go all over. They see all the sights of America. And they're like, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this? And I'm like, no. I mean, I have done a lot of those things, but I'm like, I haven't had a vacation in 20 years, which is true. I don't think I've had a proper vacation in 20 years. And they're like, really? Why? Why don't you go on vacation? And I'm like, because we can't afford it. Because I can't afford it. And they're like, really? Because I think they just think that people from Europe, I think they think that we're all rich or something. I don't know. I know. Yeah, I haven't been able to take a good proper vacation where I go and have a nice time at a resort for like a week or 2 weeks. I haven't done anything like that, or in 20 years, 20 plus years. They just can't believe it. They're like, why not? I'm like, because every dime I have goes to living expenses. So some of these Europeans, and they're probably the wealthier ones that come over, and they can spend 2 or 3 weeks or longer, seeing America. Petrazi's here. Hey, Petrazi, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Nick Rich says Teddy Roosevelt would have used a big stick on that prick. MJ Daniel says we know now that government by organized money is just as dangerous as government by organized mob. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hype. Hit the hype button. We're at over 4,500 and I think 17 subscribers on our way to 5K. Trying to get the 5K Hennessy Day, so let's get that going. If you haven't already, I think most of you in here have. Just waiting for the thing to come up. I don't know what's taking so long. Well, let's just get a little graphic bar. There we go. Please, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. That would be so great if you could do that. And just want to say thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate you. We do have a goal set today. Super chats. So this is already July 2nd because we got a new month. Starting off a new month here. But thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate you. David Windler says it's a Tom Hartman raid. Thank you, David Windler, for coming over. DPD says it was a fantastic intro. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. Do you guys like AOC? Do you think she's going to run for president? Do you think she has a shot? People are saying like AOC shouldn't run because we just ran, 2 women back to back, Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, and they both failed. Even though Hillary Clinton got 3 million more votes than Donald Trump. And then Kamala Harris campaigning for president just over 90 days, going against Trump, who had been campaigning for about 5 years. Very narrowly lost in the popular vote by 1.4%. So I say, third time's the charm, motherfucker. If AOC runs and she's still in it when it gets to the Nevada primary, I will vote for AOC. I'm throwing my hat in the, well, I don't know if that's in the ring, but I'm getting an early endorsement here for AOC. Anamore says Trump is a pedo and a klepto. He is, absolutely. I agree on both of those, yeah. John Glad's here. Hey, always glad to see John Glad. John Glad says it's 84, going up to 100, and I am hot. Where are you at, John Glad? I forget where you're located. If you care to share. I'm just scrolling down through the chat here a little bit. Josh Sees is here. Always good to see Josh Sees. Always glad to see John Glad. Always like to see Josh Sees. Bob Newell. Hey, what's up, Bob Newell? Mr. Bob Newell's here. I Peopled yesterday is here. Hey, I Peopled. Good to see you. Thanks for popping on in. I popping on in. Vasantha is here. 100 degrees in White Plains, New York. Wow. It seems pretty hot for that part of the country. Hey, Liberal Dan was or is here. I'm reading chats that are probably a half an hour old. So, but if you're here, if you can hear me, Liberal Dan, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. If you're not here, then screw you. No, just kidding. But thanks for popping in. I know usually he's working right. Might have taken a little lunch break there real quick. Yeah, because Nicholas 9:37. So what am I? 23, 43, 40, 44 minutes. Johnny Cash's guess for my Pop Tarts was strawberry. That's a very good guess because that's usually what I would get, probably a strawberry. But I saw raspberry, so I just ordered. I ordered raspberry. I thought I would try it. Johnny Cash says, "Oh damn, I'm having a raspberry. Where the fuck did you get those?" I got these at. I ordered my last batch of groceries through Walmart. I usually go to Albertsons. I like Albertsons better. I've decided. And these were on. I just came across these when I was, scrolling for stuff to buy, and I saw these, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try the raspberry. I still like this. I think strawberry's better though. Nick Rich says that Fred Sanford had lots of reading glasses. John Glad, I still have those solar eclipse glasses. I probably do too somewhere. I had a few, or well, at least one pair of those. It's probably in one of my boxes somewhere. John Glenn. I have super photo gray prescription glasses. No need for sunglasses. Yeah, I think the next pair I'm gonna get are the what do they call them? Yeah, well they have a name for it. Not photo, not whatever you call it. Not photo gray prescription. They call them. I guess more of a brand name. What is it? Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. But they're a little more expensive. But I think I'm gonna spring for those. Johnny Cat says glue a small neodymium. That sounds fancy. Magnet on a pair of sunglasses. Then you can put them anywhere you want. You just have to put another neodymium magnet where you want. Yeah, I guess these were cheap sunglasses, but I like these though. I like these ones. Yeah, but I'm sure these were like $20 or something, you know. I've had a few pairs of some expensive ones, like expensive back in probably maybe the mid to late 80s, like a good pair of Ray-Bans, which even then I think I paid like $100 back in the 80s for these pair of Ray-Bans. Within 2 weeks I lost them. I think I left them at a was it Love's Barbecue restaurant? I think that's where I figured I must have left them. So from that point on, and $100 in like 1985 or whatever year that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money to pay for a pair of sunglasses. Because it was probably about somewhere in the mid 80s, 85, 86. I bought these really nice pair of Ray-Bans sunglasses. Like I said, within 2 weeks I lost them. So I kind of made a vow that I would never buy a pair of sunglasses that expensive ever again, and I don't believe I ever have, because I'm just going to lose them probably. I'd rather lose a $20 pair than a $100 pair, or what's $100 at $1985 now? What would it be, like $200? I don't know. Nick Rich, I do not hoard stuff. John hoards stuff, but in an organized fashion. That is the opposite of hoarding. Hoarders are not organized. I've seen hoarders. I am not a fucking hoarder. Jesus fucking Christ. I got one tiny little bag of 5 pairs of glasses, and I'm a fucking hoarder. Have you seen hoarders? I've seen hoarders. And in real life, not just on TV shows, but on the TV shows, you've seen those hoarders where in order to walk through the house, they have to carve little tunnels out from all the shit that they have piled all over. I'm not a fucking hoarder. I've never, ever been a hoarder in my life. Just because I save a few things here and there, I'm a fucking hoarder? Fuck off. I hate being called a hoarder just because I have some things that I've saved. A couple boxes of things I've saved. That's not fucking hoarding. You're probably the hoarder. If anyone's a hoarder, I bet it's you. Johnny Katz, is green John's favorite? Yeah, green is my favorite color. Why did you ask? There's not one. Well, this is green, but there's hardly any green. I don't know why you're asking if green is my favorite color. I haven't shown really anything that's green. I'm looking around. There's nothing green. Why would you ask if green's my favorite color? And you are right. You happen to be right. Mr. Spock says TJ is not a hoarder. That's right. I'm not. I'm not a hoarder. having 2 or 3 boxes, or even a storage unit with things that you need, things that you want, that's not fucking hoarding. When I came back from New Mexico, when I was going to college, and then I quit college, I finished that semester out, came back to California because I had a job at the post office that I was starting. One of the football players that I made friends with, I met. He was from Woodland Hills, California. You guys can Google this if you don't know where it's at. It's in the San Fernando Valley. He said you could stay there for a while while you start your new job, and then you can save up for an apartment. And he let me live there. It had this really beautiful, nice, like 4-bedroom, 2-bath house in Woodland Hills. Which, if you guys don't know, you guys don't know if you're not from around here, but it's a very nice area, very ritzy, very nice homes. But this is the home that they had bought probably back in the 50s or 60s or whatever. So they got it when things were a lot cheaper. But the point is, it was a very nice home, very nice neighborhood. The father, he was an aerospace worker, and these guys both, Andy was my friend, and his dad. I mean, these guys are like geniuses, because Andy was over a 4.0 student, and he helped me with all my math and stuff, with all my algebra and stuff. But so anyhow, I had the house to myself because the old man was up in Seattle. Andy was still in New Mexico. He gave me a key to the house. I went there. Oh my God! You talk about hoarding. The old man was a hoarder. I mean, he had stacks and stacks. Talk about like magazines, and he was like it wasn't like me. If I was going to be a hoarder, it would have been like Sports Illustrated or something. I don't know. He had like stacks that were 4 or 5 feet high, all in the living rooms, in the bedrooms, in his bathroom, like National Geographic and I don't know, all kinds of these scientific type magazines or whatever, where you literally had to carve away. You had to, there was a little narrow pathway to walk through all his stacks of magazines, and he had boxes, and he had just stuff piled up in this really nice, what would be a really nice, beautiful house. And so I took what I guess was Andy's bedroom. I took a bedroom, one of the bedrooms, and it wasn't too bad a shape. And I remember, and I was there. I think I was there for like 2 or 3 months. And all I did was I kind of cleaned out the bedroom of all the clutter, the bedroom that I was going to be using. I cleaned out one of the bathrooms. So the bathroom, they had stuff stuffed in the bathroom. I cleaned the bathroom out, got it all nice and clean and straightened up. I in the kitchen, because I was using the kitchen, so the kitchen was horrible. I went and cleaned all the kitchen all up. And then in the living room, he had a TV, and I just sort of cleaned a little space for the couch or recline. He had a recliner, and just so I could watch TV, and so I kind of just cleared it out. But I wasn't gonna. That was their stuff. I wasn't gonna, it wasn't my stuff to like do anything with. But I just figured, okay, the bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, and maybe a nice little cleared out area so I could watch TV. And that's what I did. And then the old man, he came. I remember he did come home one time when I was there. He flew back from Seattle for a weekend or something, maybe just to check me out and see if make sure I wasn't touching his stuff. But he came in, and the first thing he said was, "Wow, you've been cleaning," or something like that. But and you wouldn't. I don't know how he knew, because the living room pretty much looked untouched. But I couldn't live in the kitchen that they had. I could not live in that kitchen. I could not operate in the kitchen or the bathroom or the bedroom I was using. So I cleaned those areas. Those are the only really areas I cleaned out. And I just go, yeah, I just had to clear some stuff out so I could move around a little bit, And it seemed like he had the guy had like no shame about it. I mean, stuff piled up in every square inch of that house, except for, like I said, I cleared out some areas, or I moved stuff around a little bit just so I could have some area to walk around in. But no, he seemed to have like no embarrassment, no shame. If I had a place like that, I would be embarrassed. If I had just stuff that had been piled up for decades, you could tell this stuff had been sitting there for decades, piles and piles and piles of just junk, and then he had a big garage. It was at least a 2-car or 3-car garage. I don't know, and that was completely full of junk. You couldn't park a car in there. You couldn't even get a bicycle in there. The garage was full. It was just, that was hoarding. Yeah, I don't hoard. I keep some things that I think are like for sentimental reasons. A few things are here and there, and that's it. That's not hoarding. I really resent someone calling me a hoarder, because I've got some boxes of some articles I wrote and some stuff from school, and some family photos and some family videos. I'm a fucking hoarder. Jesus fucking Christ. Johnny Cats, are they prescription? Maybe if they're, I already, yeah, this must be a really old thing because I already said what they were. So, David Willer, take the empty cases to Goodwill. John Glad, I'm a hoarder extraordinaire, but John's got me beat on glasses. 5 pairs, I'm a hoarder. Hey, there's Justice AZ. Good to see you. Justice says, hey, Trucker John and Chad, I caught the live stream. Yeah. I don't know if Justice is, because I know I'm really behind in the chat. I'm not sure if Justice AZ is still here or not, but thanks for coming in. Justice AZ was new to the Trucker John live stream from the Sunday night impromptu live stream that I did. And look at there. Justice has come back to say hi. I appreciate you coming back. I'm glad you're able to catch the live stream. Josh sees TJ should get a monocle. Mr. Spock, I hoard motorcycle bikes and parts. See, I would even question if that's hoarding. If you do a lot of repairs or you're working on bikes and you never know, one of those spare parts, might work for something. I think I got the maximum at the end. I was getting the maximum strength, Barbara. They were like 300 plus. Like these are these are plus 3s in here. I think these are all plus 3s. Justice AZ says, has anyone else been wondering if MAGA is working on an AI video of the vandalism? I'm not sure if I really thought about that, but probably because I think that whatever they did would look so sloppy and shitty that no one would believe it anyhow, probably. Justice AZ says, also curious if people believe the Alex Preddy kicking the ICE vehicle was real. I don't. They would have certainly arrested him on the spot. Well, I think there are ways that you can do forensics on videos, and they can determine, I believe, whether it's been faked or made with AI or enhanced somehow. And I never heard anyone come forward and say that it had been faked or anything like that. So I don't know if that was faked, and I don't know if that ever really came into question. Just skipping down a little bit here. Jolie says combat are the best traps. They take a while to work, but then as long as you change them out every 6 months, you never have to worry about them. Yeah, I thought it was 6 months, but I was reading this box, and this one says 3 months. So I don't know if they have different. Oh, I just dropped it. I just dropped. I don't know if they have different ones with different lengths. Maybe the last one I got was good for 6 months, but it's been about 6 months. So I'm gonna put these new ones in for sure. For show, for show. Mad Mac is here. Hey, Mad Mac, good to see you. Slava Ukraini. Oh, I see Nick Rich with the super sticker. It went away. Let me see if I can scroll back. It says I can't hoard money when you don't have much. That's for sure. Thank you, Nick Rich. Yippee! And I'll come do it again. You'll probably get double yippee, double yippied. Just as AZ says, Brooklyn. Yeah, she was howling, so I got her up pretty quickly. Oh, I'm mid thread. I must have missed something that happened. Oh, a cat got stuck in a raccoon trap. Oh, by the garbage cats, the garbage cans, the garbage cats. Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad you got the cat out of there. Nick Rich bouncing from the middle to the end. I like it. Yeah, I can look because I can look. I can see the current chat here. Like Brooklyn says, "Yippee!" I think in response to the Nick Rich super sticker, or whatever that was. Just as AZ says, eating lobster tails is hard work. Yeah, no one works as hard as that guy. No one works as hard as that guy. You know, yeah. Like you say, it's hard work. Johnny Cat says, well, maybe it's really hard work being a dickhead. We don't know you know. Wait, what? We don't know you know? We don't know you know. You know? If you know, you know. You don't know. Just as AZ says, plus if you love what you do, then you love to work hard. Maybe he's in the wrong line of work. Yeah, he was just really trying to be. He thought at first he was being cute, and then he tried to dial it back a little bit. But then at the end, the dickness still just came out. He just couldn't help but be a dick. Just as AZ says, the British go on holiday for 6 weeks in the summers, paid, of course. Yeah, see, we get none of that. Maybe that's why they're so astounded. They probably just think everyone gets paid vacations. Is that paid from the government? I've had paid vacations from my work, where I earned, like with the post office. You know, when you start off, I think you get maybe it's 1 week for the first couple of years, and then it goes to 2 weeks paid vacation. I think by the time I was at the end there, I think I was up to getting 3 weeks paid vacation. But that was through work and through thanks to the union, thanks to having a union that was worth a damn. So in these other countries, they just pay it out of the government till. David Windler, the Grand Canyon is worth the trip. Yeah, I've seen it a few times, but it's been a long time since I've actually been in it. It's probably been, gosh, when's the last time I actually went and looked at the Grand Canyon? I think it's been over 30 years. Wow. My first wife and I, probably around 1989 or 90. I guess 89. What has that been? Like 37 years? My God. Where does the time go? But we actually took a like the donkey ride where you can go you go down into the canyon on donkeys. On donkeys. We were on donkeys. We also did I think a separate trip, but probably around the same year or so, or maybe a couple years later, we did a whitewater rafting trip through the Grand Canyon. And that was really fun. That was so fun. That was so cool. I remember we drove to Vegas. Then in Las Vegas, we took this little like jet airplane, like kind of held like 10 or 12 people, and they fly you to this airstrip to this ranch in, I guess it's Arizona, but it's right. The actual ranch is just like a few miles from the Grand Canyon, the rim. You go there, it's like this dude ranch, and you go there, it's really cool. This family would run it. You get a little bunk thing, and you stay the night there. They had this great dinner, and they had breakfast and everything. They had activities. I remember you could go shoot guns. You could go. I don't know if there was horseback riding, but I remember we could lasso stuff. We were lassoing stuff. It was really cool. And then the next day, you've got all your stuff in this big green duffel bag. So you get all your stuff. There's a helicopter pad and a helicopter out there, and they're like, when it's your turn, they're like, okay, come on. So you got your duffel bag. You run to the helicopter. You jump in. You're holding your bag. They lift off. They fly down over the Grand Canyon into the Grand Canyon. This is so cool. I felt like I was in the fucking army or something. They fly into the Grand Canyon. There's the Colorado River, and back then it was flowing very well. It's not dried up like it is now. There's the Colorado River is going through the Grand Canyon, and there's this one spot where there's this little beach, and it's just big enough to land a helicopter on the side of the Colorado River. They go down. I don't even think they touched all the way down to the ground. I think they're still hovering. I think a few feet off the ground, and they've got guys on the ground going, "Come on!" They're like, "Go, go, 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 go!" It's like you're in the fucking army or something. So you got your duffel bag, you jump out, and thank God I was only like 30 years old, and I don't think I could do any of this shit now. So because you got this big giant duffel bag, you jump out of the helicopter, and awaiting on the shore is a big fucking raft that holds like 10 people or something. And you just go in, you jump onto the raft, everyone gets on there, they push it off, and they've got 2 guides for the raft. Plus, I think it was like 8 or 9 or 10 people, I forget. It was a really big raft, and they push you off, and you're down, and you're in the river, and on your way, man. And it was like, I guess it's like a 2-day trip, because I think we had one night where we camped out. We camped out on another beach downriver. And these guys, the guides, they cooked us a great dinner. It was a steak. They cooked us steak dinners out on the Colorado River. That was one of the most funnest things I've ever done in my life. I loved it. So anyhow, I've been in the Grand Canyon on the river. I've been there. I did the donkey ride thing where you take a trail, and it's like 10 miles or whatever. You go down all the way down to the floor, the valley floor or whatever, the canyon floor. And then there's like a kind of like a ranch thing there, I guess, for the horses and the donkeys. And I think they had a restaurant down there. I think we had lunch down there or something. And that was like say 89 or 90. I'm trying to think if I don't think I've even been to the Grand Canyon since, and I never took my kids there. I don't think. You know, and I took them to Yosemite. My kids to Yosemite. That's probably my favorite campground, my favorite place to go, and I haven't been there in 20 plus years. Like I told the guy from Europe, I haven't gone on a proper vacation in over 20 years. Johnny Katz, because our system is broken and has to squeeze every penny they can from us. Paid vacation is like the opposite. Paul Burrows is here. Paul says, we, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little that we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. Brooklyn says, what happened to the dance parties? Well, we would have to do... I was setting that at 10. But hell, if we just got 5, I'd be happy. And I might do a chair dance party. The thing about a dance party is I'm not really set up like other people that where I can play music directly on here. Well, I mean, I can because I do have my songs on there. So that's why I was usually getting just audio from the TV, you know. And then there's usually a copyright claim. It's not a strike, but there's a claim because it's copyrighted music and all that kind of stuff. But hell, if we get to 5, I'll do a little chair dance. Here's a little taste. White man overbite. Yeah, I can do that white man overbite really good. D says, you know what's even more pathetic about the assholes' comments? I guess that one congressperson is that his own constituents are suffering from his policies. They are robbing Peter, Marianne, and Billy Bob to survive, and they still would vote for him. But I think they're falling away little by little. Barbara Nicholas says, David, the Grand Canyon took my breath away. Justice AZ loves AOC, as do I. I think she's remarkable. Johnny Cass, that asshole has conducted 0 town hall meetings. That's right. I did see that. That was from Tommy, Political Punk. I saw him look that up because he played the same clip. He preemptively copied me. But yeah, so that hard-working guy, so hard-working. I don't know what he's working hard at. Probably, you know. There's Nola Carnes. Nola Carnes with this $5. I'm just not getting to it. Sorry for taking so long. Nola Carnes, yippee, for the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It says critical hit. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Critical hit, critical hit. Mad Max says Le Tour de France is starting. 21 days of all-out racing through the mountains and cities. Well, who will take the I don't even know. I don't know how to speak. Yellow jersey. Well, if steroids were allowed, it would be, what's his face? Lance Armstrong. I know, he's really old now, anyhow, but remember he won like 7 times in a row, and they never did catch him for any type of performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs. They never caught him until finally they finally caught him. And I think they stripped him of all. I'm sure they stripped him of all of his winning because he cheated. He cheated like a motherfucker. Cheated like a motherfucker. DPD says, TJ, remember, people are under the illusion of how great America is, even though we are the only advanced economy without a federal paid time off and without a national single payer health care system. Put that in there too. I think we're like the only ones of all the industrialized, first world nations, we're the only one that doesn't have like a Medicare for all type of system or national health care system. We're the only ones. Petrazi, it's really hot here, almost 100. There's Liberal Dan. I'm listening while working. Listen while you work. Listen while you work. Kelahela's here. Hey, Kelahela, good to see you. Kelahela says Philip Hipner had a close call last night. I was wondering about that, Kella. I was wondering because I did see, somebody posted that Kyiv got hit really hard last night by Russia, Russia, Trump's favorite place. I think that's Trump's favorite country, even over America. I just saw. I didn't read the article or whatever. I just saw the blurb, the blurb, where they got hit really hard by Russia. And my first thought was Philip Ittner. I was like, God, I hope Phil's okay. So good to know that it was a close call and not a, direct call. So yeah, thanks for that update, Hella. Mad Max says blueberry is his favorite Pop-Tart. I think my favorite's strawberry. I should learn. The rest of that packet of raspberry, I might not even eat. I might give that to Goodwill. That's how bad they were, and just stick with what you like. Justice says try toasting it with butter. Oh, okay. It needs something. So putting the butter on first, so then it drips all down on your toaster, or put the butter on after, right, fresh out of the toaster. I think that's what I would do. I don't want to get butter in my toaster. John Glad, 37 grams of carbs in each Pop-Tart. Yeah, it's probably not good. Johnny Cat says butter or no butter on the Pop-Tarts. Put a 1 in the chat for no butter and 2 in the chat for butter. Yeah, let's do that. Brooklyn says, I don't think TJ cares, Nola Carnes. What did I skip? I must have skipped something? I got to go back now. I got to scroll back. I don't want Nola Carnes to think that I don't care. But I don't know. I'm scrolling really far back. I don't know. Oh, no, there's the super chat. Yeah, I did see you. Thank you, Nola Carnes. I do care. I care very, very much. It's just I'm always 20 or 30 minutes behind in the chat, so sometimes it takes me a little while, but I do care, and I'm very thankful. I appreciate the support very, 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 very much. Very, very much. Petrazi, I'm a Ray-Ban snob personally. How much is a good pair of Ray-Bans? Like the ones I got, I think they were the classic Wayfarer maybe or whatever. I think I paid about $100 for them, and I know they were fancy because they weren't in a rack. They were like behind a case, and someone had to unlock the case, or they were from behind and pull them out so I could look at them. And so they were that fancy. They weren't just out in a rack somewhere. I think about $100 and about 1985 or 6, probably. They got to be going. That same pair's got to be what? At least $200 now, right? I'm thinking. Johnny Cat says, son of a bitch, I may have spelled that wrong. Small but really strong magnets. Oh, okay. We're back to the magnet issue. Whatever, I would still probably find a way of losing them. Brooklyn says, TJ, make a new movie called My Feet in the Cheap Sunglasses. I don't get it. My feet in cheap sunglasses. I should make a new movie though, of some sort. Nick Rich, I hit a nerve. Yeah, you did, damn it. Nick Rich, you hit a nerve. I'm not a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. I'm not. Don't they say, we made the goal. Thank you so much. Brooklyn SJU dance party. All right, we'll do something. I'll figure something out. I'll try to find some what do you call it, music. I could just dance to one of my songs, I guess. I should just dance to my song about why is it taking so long for an evil man to die. That's what I'll do. Anyhow, but thank you. Well, I'm going to scroll down and I will get to the all of the chats and everything else. I'll give you guys proper yippies. Enamore says, yes, Europeans get a lot of vacation time and they pay higher taxes as well, but it's worth it. Yeah, and by higher taxes, I mean, yeah, just think of what they get. They get paid vacation. They get health care. I think they've got maternity leave. That's really good, People don't know what they're missing, man. And they just want to say, oh, it's socialism, it's communism, it's communism, Brooklyn says, TJ, your apartment is always so tidy. I wouldn't turn the camera around for you guys to see mine. Well, it's very small. It's easy to keep tidy. Johnny Cass says, John's getting heated. This is going on a list of things never to falsely accuse, I guess, maybe John of, or Jonah, because a lot of those eyeglass cases you held up were translucent, which means they were green. Oh. Did they? Did they go green? Let's see. Well, this one maybe. Yeah, there's some greenness in there, I guess. Anyhow, all right. I know I'm really far behind. Mr. Spock, do you throw out pizza boxes, TJ? I do throw them out. I do not keep my pizza boxes. Why would I keep pizza boxes? TJ, breath count to 10. Relax. We know you're not a hoarder. All righty. Relax. Take it in. Let it out. Breathe it in. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. I feel better now. I feel much better. Thank you. Thank you. I feel much better. I feel much better now. Don O'Leary is here. Hey, Don. Good to see you. Here, got to watch the intro. Thanks, Don. Haven't seen Don in a while. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping on in. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I ordered new microphones. According to the tracking, they're supposed to be here tomorrow sometime. I'm kind of anxious to see if they have any better sound quality, or if they're just going to sound exactly the same. If there'll be no difference, maybe I should I should probably not even say anything about them. So just pretend like you didn't hear me say anything, because I should probably just, whenever I get them, just use it for the show whenever that is. It might not be the next show. It may not come until next week. I don't know, or maybe a month. I don't know. Who knows? But whenever they get here, I should probably just I'll plug one in and use it, and then if you guys notice any better quality, maybe then you'll go, oh, I bet she's got the new mic. But if you don't say anything, then I'll know that they either just sound the same. If you don't say anything, that means they probably sound the same. But if you do say something, you're either going to say, God, the sound sounds awful. Or you're going to say, man, hey, the sound sounds much improved. So just pretend like I didn't say anything about the new mics coming. Just pretend you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. Johnny Cat says, I knew the stepson of the mayor of Rialto. He had an apartment just for old newspapers and magazines. No joke. He had 2 apartments where he would keep all the magazines. That is crazy. Now, I'll admit, I did have about, I don't know, 20 or 30 years worth of Sports Illustrateds. I didn't need a whole apartment to store them. I had them in some pretty big boxes, probably like 2 or 3 boxes that were like good sized boxes. This big boxes, you know. And when I moved out of my house and I was coming to Vegas, I got rid of a bunch of stuff. And that's one of the things I don't remember if I just tossed those or if I took them. Because I think I was thinking about maybe taking them to Goodwill, not Goodyear, but because I'm thinking, because some of those Sports Illustrateds were from, I don't know if I had any from the 60s, but definitely the early 70s, the 80s, the 90s. And I was so torn. I didn't want to just throw them away. So I might have taken them to Goodwill. I don't know if Goodwill, they probably just threw them away. Because I think I just dropped them off behind the Goodwill store. They have a place you can drop off behind the store, I think I might have done that, or I might have tossed them, because I think when I was moving out of that house, I had a dumpster. I think I'd rented a big dumpster, because I was throwing a lot of stuff away. So I might have thrown them away. I don't know. But, that was kind of tough to save that. I had to have like 30 years worth of Sports Illustrateds. And then I was just tired of moving them. And I didn't, even though I was getting that storage unit, I know I was putting things in the storage unit. I got the smallest one they had. I think it was 8 by 10. And so I knew I couldn't keep everything. And so that was one of the things that I decided that I can't keep anymore. So I got rid of those magazines. But I didn't need 2 apartments to store them in. It was basically 3 large boxes. Don O'Leary, I was listening to Fleetwood Mac after Brett Breaks Things. Fleetwood Mac is a good choice. One of my favorite bands. Nick Rich, sorry, TJ, I didn't mean it like you think. It's all good, Nick. It's all good. You know me. I like to go off on a rant every now and then. I was just using you as a vehicle to my ranting. Christina Weibel, John Stott, we know you're not a hoarder. Okay, DPD, I find it comforting to unclutter. Everything has a place in a home and everything is labeled. I don't do well with clutter. It's a constant battle, though, for me. I'm constantly kind of going through things, trying to keep things organized. Mrs. Fox said, I had a roommate like that. I kept the apartment clean. He left his stinky work shirt on the living room chair once. I wanted to see how long it would stay there. A week later, I picked it up. Yeah, some people. I mean, look, compared to my first wife, I would probably look like a disgusting, gross, dirty person, because I mean, she was even and still is, I believe. Like, and I don't mean this like in a negative way, but I mean she's a total clean freak. I think. I mean, way more than me. And I'm for a guy, I guess I'm or whatever. I guess I'm kind of fairly clean or whatever. But my ex-wife, man, just total. I mean, always like bleaching shit or whatever. Constantly cleaning, which is fine. I'm not. I'm just saying though. And then compared to her, I'm like disgusting probably. But then there's people like that who will just leave. Will just throw clothes off and just leave them there for God only until you pick it up, or won't do a dish until you do the dishes, or or whatever. I just hate that shit. It's been the cause of breakups. People who just throw their underwear or their socks in the corner, or sometimes not even in the corner, and then I gotta step over them. Or I'm the one that ends up picking everything up and putting it in the dirty fucking dirty clothes basket. Is it too much to ask? Just put your dirty clothes in the dirty clothes basket. We have a dirty clothes hamper. It's a hamper. Is it too much to ask? I don't think it's too much to ask. DPD with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Yippee, the DPD says, I know you made your goal, TJ. Yippee, but I have a question. I'm the only one in the chat who takes apart the toilet paper in order to stream it, clean it. This is a debate I am having with my friends who claim I am going too far. Oh, you mean you actually take the thing out of the holder and like take it, because you can take it apart and then you wash that? I think you might be the only. I've never done that. I've never done that. Never even thought about it. I never even thought about that. So I don't do it. All right, there's Nick Rich, $2 super chat. Yippee, Nick Rich, thank you so much. I'm just now scrolling to it. There's your thumbs up. There's your heart. Nick says, I can't hoard money when you don't have much. Yeah. It would be nice, though, wouldn't it? To have so much money that you could hoard it. David Willer says the reflecting pool was supposed to be a truck bed liner. But was just paint. Yeah, that's right. I think he did say something. Trump did say something like that. Justice AZ says James Hampton hoarded tinfoil for 14 years as a D.C. janitor, was secretly working on a throne sculpture in his garage that is now housed in the Smithsonian. Wow. Tinfoil. Wow. Yeah, DPD says, so I guess you posted this earlier. I didn't see it. So I hadn't gotten to this yet. Since we're on the topic of cleaning, am I the only one who takes the toilet apart to clean it? Oh, the toilet? Or the toilet, or was it the toilet paper holder? I thought you were talking about the toilet paper holder thing. You take your toilet apart? I just use Clorox. Those little bottles, and it's sort of angled. It's this Clorox toilet bowl cleaner, and you just squirt it all around like the ring, in the toilet bowl. You just squirt that in there, let that sit for a little while, and then I've got I guess you call it a wand type of a thing, and there's like a little scrubber brush that clips to the bottom of it. It has a scrubber brush thing, and it has like this soapy stuff, a little ring in there with soap in it, and then I just take that and I just clean that bowl out really good. Clean it out really, really super good, and then just flush the toilet, and it's all nice and clean. And then I take a Clorox wipe, and I just wipe everything down. I wipe the lid, I wipe the tank, I wipe the side, of the bowl, and the bottom section. I just wipe that all down. Usually, sometimes that takes 2 or 3 wipes, but I don't take really anything apart. And as far as the toilet paper holder, I never even thought about it. I just thought that was covered with the toilet paper roll, pretty much, and protected from splash or whatever. Mad Max, someone left the cat out in the rain. Then he says, I know that it's supposed to be cake, but cat is funnier. Okay, I'm skipping on down a little bit. So if I skipped you, I apologize. Because here's Brooklyn with a $2 super chat. Yippee, Brooklyn. Like I said, you guys get second yippies when I finally come to your actual chat. Brooklyn says, left a sponge in the rain. Now I can't fit in the house. That's pretty funny. Jolie says, Star Trek 4 is my favorite Star Trek movie. Is that the one with the whales? Everyone likes the one with the whales, it seems like. I don't know. Mad Mac, I like the whales Star Trek 4 too. Oh, see? I was right. I was right. It's the one with the whales. MJ Daniel, did Jack Palance work at the ranch? No, but he should have. They should have hired him. That would have been funny. Fun and funny. MJ Daniels says, wasn't it Curly? I'm just skipping down, guys. If I skip over you, don't be offended. I just get so far behind. So there's no Notorious GRG with $1. There's the $1.99 super sticker. Yippee, Notorious GRG! Thank you so much. I give you a thumbs up and a heart. Notorious GRG says, "Hey TJ." For some reason, it's not letting me do the heart. There it goes. But thank you, Notorious. Notorious. Wasn't that a song? Notorious. Anywho. Aaron West is here. Hey, Aaron, good to see you. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. And here's the Squirrel Girl $2 super chat. Yippee, Squirrel Girl. Thank you so much. I did not mean to be so late on that. Squirrel Girl says, hello, just got on. Did someone say dance party? I guess we're doing a dance party of some sort. I said I would do a chair dance party. I mean, I could get up. I'm not that I'm shy. Maybe I'm just lazy. I mean, I'll get up if you want to see this old fat body move around a little bit. But then I got to find music, and I got to try to find non-copyrighted music, or use copyrighted music and just not give a fuck. I don't know. We'll see. But it's just easier so I don't have to move the camera around. I don't have to turn the TV up loud and all that kind of stuff. If I just do a chair dance, a little chair dance, But we'll get something. We'll do something. We'll figure something out. You guys earned it. You guys earned it. We will do some sort of a chair dance with some sort of music. I was thinking about doing my song that I really like. It's a country song, so it's it's not really what you think of for dancing, I guess. Barbara Nicholas, shag at TJ. Barbara, I'm glad you're back. I appreciate you coming back. I know we kind of, we might have made you angry, and I apologize for that. And I'm glad you're back. Mad Mac, never put butter on my Pop-Tarts, but eat them raw too. Sometimes I remember in the truck I would have Pop-Tarts in the truck just because it was kind of an easy, convenient thing to just have in the truck and just to have something to snack on. And I didn't have a toaster in the truck. I did have little cooking devices. Not really a toaster per se. I'm trying to think what I had that I could have heated up, but those things take so long to heat up. There are all those little 12-volt plug-in type things that I had. I didn't have a toaster, but I did have something that I think I could have heated the Pop-Tarts in. Anyhow, point is that I usually just ate them right out of the package when I was in the truck if I wanted a little snack or something. Brooklyn, I meant about the cats, TJ. I guess about the new movie, The Feet on the Dashboard, or something. I don't know. Carbs. Oh, carbs. About the carbs. Feet on the dashboard. Carbs. I don't know. Mad Max says we used to put boiling water over our shredded wheat and pour it out to replace with milk. Why don't you just put milk in the first place? Look at this. Oh, Meta. Yeah. Nick Rich says Ray-Ban Meta specs can cost $1,000. Yeah, I wasn't talking about the Meta. I was looking at the new Meta ones, and I did see the ones I saw. I think I did see some $700 ones. The cheapest ones that I was just looking at they had the cheapest ones were like, I think on sale for I think $224, and those were like a Ray-Ban, like a Wayfair for $224, and then you could get the lens that I can't remember that can go from clear to like a sunglass when you go out into the sun. And I think if you got that, it was $284. That was the cheapest one. And everything else was like $300, $400, $500. I think the most expensive ones I saw were $700. So for the cheapest one, it would be, and I guess with tax, it would probably be over $300. But I would like to get a pair of those Meta glasses. I think that would be cool. Because you know me, I'm always liking to videotape and do things of this nature. I think it would be cool to wear those and make videos while I'm driving and stuff. But yeah, but just a regular pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses, like the ones that I bought in 1986 for $100, that's what I was asking about. Here's Brooklyn with $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Yippee! This was a while ago. I'm just catching up. And Brooklyn says, dance party. Yeah, so we made the goal. The goal achieved. And so here we are. Thank you guys so much. We achieved the goal. And before we end the show, I will do some sort of a little chair dance. We'll find some music. Squirrel Girl with a $5 super chat. Yippee, Squirrel Girl. Thank you so much. Thumbs up, heart. Shake your groove thing. Shake your groove thing. Yeah. Who needs music? I'll just make my own music. We've got Jolie. We've got Aaron in the chat. So you know what that means. You know what that means, right? That means that we are at full mod capacity. Full mod capacity. Full mod capacity. We're at full mod capacity, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There you go. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. I like this. When I was snapping my fingers, what song does this remind you of? She keeps. I got the lyrics here. She keeps her how does he say it? Moe. You know, moe are these little sculptures, right? She keeps a moe at Shandon. She keeps a moe at Shandon. She keeps a moe at I can't say it right. She keeps a moe at Shandon in a pretty cabinet. Let him eat cake, she says, just like Marie Antoinette. Oh man, I love this song. I can't do it right. The built-in remedy for Khrushchev and Kennedy. At any time, an invitation you can't decline. Caviar and cigarettes, Wilbur's and etiquette. Extraordinarily nice. She's a killer queen. Gunpowder gelatin. Anyhow, that's Queen. I love Queen, man. I wish I was good at remembering lyrics like Liberal Dan is, because I'm sure Liberal Dan knows the whole entire song just off the top of his head. But yeah, while I was snapping my fingers, it reminded me of that song. All right, so we are at full mod capacity as far as I know. Brooklyn says your movie feet on the dashboard, so feet cheap in sunglasses. All right. Okay. Nick Rich, the audio is okay at the moment. Okay. All right. I got it. I get you. So that means there's no change. Okay. Don O'Leary says TJ, silly me, I would think they were recipe books. What's that about? See, that's what happens when I read chats from 20, 30, 40 minutes ago, and then I'm not sure what we were talking about. Just now getting to DPD's $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Another yippee going out to the yippee, and a thumbs up, and a heart. Now, I'm going to reread it to make sure I read it right the first time. It says, I know you made your goal, TJ. Yippee, but I have a question. Am I the only one in chat who takes apart the toilet in order to steam clean it? This is a debate I am having with my friends who claim I am going too far. Germs, hell no. Well, I don't know. I've never heard of anyone taking apart their toilet. I mean, what are you taking apart? Are you like taking off the toilet seat and taking the lid off of it? Are you draining it? I don't know how. I would say that's a bit excessive, but you do you, boo. I mean, it's your house, it's your toilet, it's your cleanliness. It's but since you asked, I would say probably, I don't know. I think that's a little far. Like I said, I just use the Clorox, those toilet bowl cleaners and those little wand things that with the scrub brushes, and I just scrub it all inside, and then I use Clorox wipes to wipe it all down. The outside, the lid, the tank, the bowl. The outside bowl, the stand part. I use 2 or 3 Clorox wipes. I don't take it apart. I don't know how you would take it apart. Like, I mean, you actually lift it up off the bolts, undo the little bolts, and take it out, and all that. Then you got to like re-wax the ring and everything, or what? I don't know. That seems a bit excessive to me. Donald Leary, always going to have spares. Yeah, but with the glasses, that's true. Although now that I'm using prescription glasses, but well, I didn't think I was going to really have a need for readers anymore since I do use prescription. Like I have the one pair of prescription, but have found that since I've been doing the live stream for like, well, it's been over 3 years now, but I prefer readers, at least where my eyes are at. The readers are working perfectly. They work better than my prescription glasses. Now, maybe once I do need to renew my prescription, maybe once I do that, then it'll be different. But these readers are perfect for the stuff I'm doing at this close range here for the camera here and for my iPad that I look at. These readers are coming in beautifully. So, but I guess for a while I was thinking that I don't really need these readers anymore since I have prescription glasses. But like I said, for doing this close up kind of work, the readers I like the readers better. So I got those. I'll keep them, and yeah, it's good to have spares. Mad Mac, I take the seat off to clean everywhere. DPD, yes, TGI, steam clean it. Well, if you got a steam cleaner, you might as well use it, I guess. But I don't know what you mean by taking it apart. I mean, maybe, I guess you take the seat off like Mad Mac does, maybe. And but David Weiss. Oh, here's David Weiss from Denver. I know. I got your email the other day, Dave. There's David Weiss. So sad news about the Saturn sedan. I was going to give TJ. It has a current drain, like a power drain, is what he means, I think, that kills the battery. So it's not reliable enough. I hope the Mercury Mariner mentioned on Saturday's chat works out instead. I wouldn't hold my breath on that. That was from Wes. That was Wes Webb talking about that, and not that nothing against Wes. I'm just saying that was not that was just in passing conversation or whatever. I don't know. There's no as far as I know, there's no deal with Wes to get his Mariner. I have a feeling one might have to tear that Mariner out of Wes's dead cold hands. I don't think he's giving that up anytime soon. But David, thank you so much for the effort. I appreciate the offer and the effort that you put into working on it and looking at it and everything. So I do appreciate whatever time you put into and making a very kind offer. Very kind of you to do that. But if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. Jolie is reminding everyone we have channel memberships. Yes, we do, and they start as low as $1.99. So if you want to become a member and help support this show, memberships are a big part of this show, and they start off at $1.99. You can also like, subscribe, and share, and hype, and those are free. Those don't cost you a dime, and are just as important. If you prefer, we have Buy Me a Coffee, where you can help support the show there, or you can go to PayPal if you prefer PayPal, and that is an instant way too. So anyhow, we got PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, like, subscribe, share, hype, all that good stuff. Thank you for those reminders. It's the one with the whales, Julie said. Yep, that's funny. Everyone loves that one the most, it seems like. Brooklyn says Saturns were nice. Jolie, dance party. Barbara Nichols says my grandmother used to have a 2-seater outhouse, 2 seats. Why? For company? I guess you don't want to make people wait. You might be on there doing your business, and another person has to go really bad. So You know, Jolie says when you got to go, you got to go. I would imagine it wouldn't matter who else is in there in an emergency. But I got to tell you, I am a close the door, lock the door, batten down the door kind of guy. You know, I've been with women, girlfriends and wives and shit. You know, live in situations where um, they're like, why are you locking the door? And we would have usually 2 bathrooms unless it was an apartment or something. But I'm like, because I'm in here, you know, doing my business. And she's like, well, you don't have to lock the door or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm locking the door. I want my privacy. The only time, now when you become a father or a parent, you learn to do things differently. So, you know, when I had kids, I was 37. I didn't have my first kid till I was 37. And then a couple years later at 39, right? So I'd gone through all of my life, you know, when I go do my business in the bathroom, you know, like number 2. Number 1 probably doesn't care, but I'm shutting the door, I'm locking it. No one's getting in there. But when we had kids, that all changed. And I'm glad we did. We had this philosophy, the baby mama and I, that when we went in to do, you know, to sit on the toilet, or even number 1, number 2 didn't matter. We would just leave the door unlocked, leave it maybe even partially open or open if we could open it or whatever. And our kids, when they started walking around, they were toddlers and they're walking around, they would just walk in, they would just see us doing our thing on the toilet. And I swear to God, they were pretty much like potty trained, like they were like a year or maybe, you know, it was really quick. They were a year and a half. They were pretty much potty trained. I mean, not pretty much. They were potty trained because they just saw us and they just copied what we did on the toilet. So that was the only time. And then once they got past a certain age, then I started shutting the door again. But you know, but because we had this open door policy when they were like toddlers. They were potty trained by a year and a half, and we knew other kids, you know, from other families. Their kids they'd be 3.5 years, maybe 4, still wearing diapers. Our kids were out of diapers. They didn't even need a diaper before they were 2 years old. We didn't have to buy diapers anymore. So there's that. Anna Moore says, just got a post from Philip saying that he came really close to being killed, but he's okay. Wow. I know. I heard about that. The big strikes in Kyiv from Russia. And the first thing I thought was, wow. Wow. I hope Ittner's okay. I hope Phil's okay. Barbara says, I've been here just in the bushes. Nick Rich says, I've seen those back in the 60s, Barbara Nichols, in the country. Oh, you're talking about the 2-seaters, I guess? Don O'Leary says, no, my grandparents only had a 1 seat in cold Iowa. When I don't know, my sister, let's get a hotel, thank you. I guess when you're visiting, you got a hotel because they still just had an outdoor toilet. Wow. Brooklyn, who's Philip Anamore? Philip Ittner is who we're talking about. Yeah, Slava Ukraini, and fuck Russia. Fuck Putin. Fuck them all. Here's Jolie with a link to Phil Ittner's YouTube channel. You can check it out. He does great. I wouldn't say like reporting, but he does, because he's not really doing like news reports, but he gives these. Well, he does a show, like a talk show, and he has guests, and they have like a a regular talk type thing. But then he also does videos like from Ukraine and from Kyiv, where he's at, and where you can see the city and you see the people and how they're operating under this war that's been going on. DPD says the most expensive sunglasses are unisex cool frames by Cartier for a cool $41,000. What the fuck? Well, rich people got to spend their money on something else. Oh, did I skip 007 Kevin's Troll Slayer? There's 0077 Cold Troll Slayer is here. I missed you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Justice AZ says black people celebrating Independence Day in Philly in 1842 was responded to with violence, but I just learned that today. What the actual fuck? I just learned it too, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to hear that. Just one of the many cases of, the horrible way in which black people have been treated in this country. Donald Leary says Phil on Tom Hartman on Thursday, House Sparks on Wednesday and Saturday. Yeah, he's on. Yeah, so if you watch House Sparks or Tom Hartman, you'll see him there also. And then there's the link to his channel if you want to check it out. It's a good show. He's a good guy. He's been there ever since the war started. He's American. He's a U.S. born and raised in America. He's a longtime journalist, and he's been on lots of. I think he was with Fox News at one time. He was CNN. He's been other places. Now he just does his own thing on his own channel. But very, very professional journalist. Yeah, check him out. Just as AC said, that's the Lombard Street riot of 1842. Was a riot that lasted 3 days when the whites attacked the peaceful march of blacks celebrating July 4th. Jolie says, I didn't learn about the Tulsa race massacre until a few years ago. Yeah, me too. I just happened to hear it. I think it was an NPR story. You know how they do these stories or whatever. That was a few. It might have been, you might have learned it on the same thing that I did. It was probably 3-4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Time flies, so maybe it's been longer than 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, this is something that happened 100 years ago, and just now hearing about it. It's one of those things that I guess some people would rather we just forgot about. But we need to know these things. We need to learn about these things so that we don't repeat them. You know what I mean? Johnny Katz, I used to boil my change before taking it to Coinstar. That's so funny. Nick Rich, 20 past the hour. So I think I'm only 13 minutes behind. I think I'm only 13 minutes behind. Josh C says it's just easier to clean with the toilet, with the seat off. You unscrew the seat. Yeah, you can unscrew. There's like this. It's mounted. There's like these those like plastic screws, I think, or whatever. Have you never changed out a toilet seat? Just as AZ's Love Saves Lives says, wait, don't people in chat have solid gold commodes like President Ponscom? Well, even if they did, they would still probably want to steam clean it or clean it, in some way. Mad Max says, "Nah, you just flip up. Yeah, the screw covers. It comes right off. Well, mine. I think you have to unscrew it. It's designed to make it come off for easy cleaning." Uh, Justice AZ says, and servants to scrub it every day when they install new wall-to-wall carpeting in their lavatories. In the lavatories. Deputy says, no, I take the seat off to steam the crevices, and then I take the bolts apart on the ground and steam inside and around them. Oh my gosh. Hey man, you do you. You do you. Do you do this every day or every week, or how often do you do this? Brooklyn, what do you use to produce the steam? I think they have a little steam cleaner. There's like these little machines, steam cleaner things, I think. Nick Rich, I bought a portable steam cleaner from Walmart years ago. It does a great job. Justice AZ says, Daddy Vladdy, Bibi, and now Iran all have the golden tapes. They keep saying that, and they keep threatening him, but I wonder if they really do, or if they're just threatening, It'd be nice if, I don't know, someone would call their bluff, so we would know for sure, and they would release it or whatever. Let's see. DPD says, Brooklyn, it's a portable steamer. It can steam the shower and sink and walls and windows, baseboards, stoves, and on and on and on. And I'm sure DPD is just steam cleaning away to DPD's little heart content. Mad Max says, both my those dogs or cats, I guess dogs, are so nosy that I cannot close the bathroom door because they sit outside and whine, scratch, or bark. If I leave the door ajar, they push it open, look, and then walk away. Nosy Goldens. Yeah, they're like, oh, he's just taking a shit. We thought he was like making his dinner or something. Justice AZ says Melania is the girl Friday giving him the shower. Nick Rich says, I bought the one called a Shark. It weighs about 4 pounds. Lasts about a half hour of cleaning. Man, you guys with the cleaning, you guys are good. I don't have a steam cleaner. Now I'm thinking about getting one. I just use the old scrubber wand, and Clorox wipes, things of this nature. Mad Max says, don't listen to Gwyneth Paltrow, who tries to tell women to steam clean their vag. It's true. I don't know. Is that so wrong? I don't know. Brooklyn SJU, aka Tricks in the Roo, says I paid $56 for 2 months of the town pool. I think it's too hot to be out, even in the shade. Come on now, get your money's worth. Go down in the pool. DPD says, CJ, what about the kitties outside your apartment? What about the kitties? I haven't. I see them every now and then. Not as many, and not as frequently as before. So who knows? But I did hear. Was it last night or the night before? There was a cat right outside the window here. That was, how they could make these awful noises. Like, I don't know if there was a fight going on or what, but it was making these horrendous noises, like really loud. But I didn't get to look and check it out. So, Mr. Spock says break time from wondering where Bright Eyes went. It's hot, probably behind the big barn in the shade. Josh C says for hard water calcium buildup in the toilet, I'll shut off the water and flush it empty, then pour CLR in the bowl before I go out of town for a few days, and it's easy to scrub off when I get home. That's a good idea. CLR is a good thing to remove those calcium deposits and stuff. Yeah, it's good. You can put your like shower head. You can dip that your shower head in that. Justice AZ says Tulsa rice riots were 1921, so I'm sure we learned that history finally due to the 100-year anniversary. Yeah, that might have been it. That might have been it. But I think it was on NPR, National Public Radio, that I heard it on, and it wasn't being carried by like all over the place. I think it was NPR, and then from there, maybe that story or that it might have gotten so much play, and then other outlets started picking it up or something. But yeah, that probably was the 100-year anniversary of it. That would be 5 years ago. That sounds about right. You know. DPD says, imagine you can learn about the Bible in school, but not history. Yeah. DPD, I do it every week. All right. That sounds about right. Justice AZ and the 50th anniversary of the Detroit 12th Street riots inspired the movie Detroit, which is how I learned about it. I haven't heard the movie Detroit. Is that a new documentary or is it a narrative? DPD says, when I tell you that I can eat off my floors, I am not lying. People ask, how do you keep your house clean with pets and kids? Easy. My kids and husband help. Yeah, that's good. It's good that you should not have to do all the work. Yeah, they should definitely help you. They help make the mess. They can help clean up the mess. DPD says, Mad Max, steam clean can be used a lot of places, but not down there. No, no, no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Animor says, TJ, speaking of noises outside the window, have you heard or seen from Scrapes lately? Oh, yeah, I hear him. I mean, I don't think he scrapes. I think he finally got some wheels put on his name. I have to change his name to Wheels. Whatever, his little walker seems to be fixed. But I'll hear him talking because he lives next door to me on this side, but he has some friends on the kind of across the way here, across the corridor, and I'll hear him like talking back and forth as he's walking over, or wheeling his way over. Yeah, he's still around. Justice AZ, Love Saves Lives, says Detroit is an awesome film. Trucker John, you would love it, but trigger warnings for sure. Wow. Detroit. You have to check that out. Is it on streaming devices, streaming platforms? Mr. Spock says Bright Eyes, he's off the floor sometimes when she comes in to lay an egg. Mad Max says someone should steam clean the orange pedal's ass and shove it way up there too. Just the thought. All right, so we've got a dance party. I've gone 2 hours and 41 minutes. I cannot believe that. Where does the time go, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I wonder now. I'm going to do an experiment here. I don't know. Do I have my song on here? Oh, I want to try something just to see how it would sound. If I can find it. Where, oh, where are you? Okay, so here's this. It might be this one. Let's see if this is it. Can you guys hear that? I could dance to this a little bit. Oh, you lay, all gonna take a giant piss. I don't know. I don't even know if you guys can hear this. Dissipate any law and too exhausted to hate. I don't know if you guys are hearing this. Let's see. Oh, you guys aren't hearing it, are you? You guys aren't hearing it, are you? You hear it? Uh-huh. I don't really have volume control. Final breath. Happiest in death. I think I have it turned up all the way. I'm gonna take a dang old piss. Oh, so that's a little bit of a dance party there. I don't know. So you could hear you could hear the video. Let me see if I'm gonna turn my TV up. So you can hear the video. Let me back this up a little bit, if I can see what it sounded like. This is it. Oh, I really backed up far. Let me just see if I can hear the sound. Yeah, it's pretty low, huh? It comes through really low and tinny. Women die. I don't guess. I don't cry. Yeah, I can't. You can barely hear it. I could dance to this a little bit. So I need to. I wish I had a better sound system. Sound. That wasn't very good though. So I don't know. I was just experimenting. I think it does. You can probably get better sound if I just play something off the radio, off the TV. Trying to move this here, but anyhow, yeah. So you guys could hear it. I hear his background unless TJ tunes sound better. DVD loud and clear, TJ. I want this for my ringtone and our Ring doorbell. Mad Mac, I think Gwyneth's vag might smell good. I just googled her candle. A blend of geranium, citrusy, bergamot, cedar, absolutes, damask, rose, and ambret seed. I don't know if it's worth $75 though. Josh C says Justice did one of those mods links your channel again today. I had a good time hanging out on your show last night, and you deserve a bigger audience. I hear echo. Justice says Spectrum is streaming Detroit for free. Anymore? Go TJ, yippee. I'm just trying to think if there's some way I could play something and it would sound better. It sounded so low and tinny, very tinny, right? And that was the volume all the way up. Now they do have like an AI thing that they added where it says, "How can I help you? Ask me anything." Should I ask it? I'm preparing for live. I'm here to help. Let's see. What should I ask it? How can I make the videos sound better? Let's see. How can I make videos? Whoops. See, I mistyped one thing and now I got a backspace all the way back. How do I make video? Oh shit. Videos. Wait, videos that I play during the live stream. During the live stream, sound better. It's gonna say just use this whatchamacallit, but there isn't really anything like that. Let's see. How can I make videos that I played during the live stream sound better? It's thinking, AI's got to think. It's searching for information. It's generating an answer. It's thinking, searching for information. To make the videos you play during your Prism Live Studio live stream sound better on iOS, focus on getting the right audio balance between the media, sound, the video music, and your microphone. Mix only what you need. If your live stream includes both your mic and your video music you're playing, you'll get clearer results by controlling what's mixed in. In my studio, use playlist, video playlist, and play it during the live while you're playing videos, music. If you set the microphone option to off, round more button at the top left, Prism will mix stream only the video music sound. Balance device sound versus microphone. Device internal sound volume, microphone volume, and watch the microphone level meter to keep your mic clear without overpowering media audio. If it feels weak, make sure your device is not on silent. Use the ring silent switch. If microphone game audio behaves strangely, iOS 16, blah, blah, blah. The only thing I got out of that is maybe if I turned off the microphone, then it will probably be better than you couldn't hear me. But I guess you could still see me. You could see me dancing, and you wouldn't hear me singing along and ruining the song. Hey, that rhymed. So should we try it again with Let's see what happens.
I don't mourn when evil men die. I don't feel sad and I don't cry. Sometimes I wonder why it takes so long for evil men to die. But I want you to know that when you go, you won't be missed. And the ground where you'll lay, we're all gonna take a big giant piss. And for your end, we all anticipate, without any love and too exhausted to hate. Your long-lasting legacy will be one of disgrace and shame. Throughout the annals of history, your name will shrink, you'll lose your fame. And as you lay there drawing in your final breath, just know that you made us happiest in death. You will not be thought of kindly, and you won't be missed. And like I said before, on the ground you'll lay, I'm gonna take a big old piss.
All right. That was the latest from Trucker John. I don't even know if he's titled that. I think he titled it something about mourning people who, when evil men die. I don't even remember if I gave that a proper title or not. That's the latest from me, Trucker John. Thank you very much. I hope you liked it. It did sound better. I mean, but then you can't hear me. So I was lip syncing. I wasn't actually singing. But so there's that. That's for my dance party, I guess. I think Aaron said it sounded better. Yeah, much better. So yeah, the sound for the video is much better. It just, I can't sing along about it or whatever. Nick Rich pitched on fascists. So that was that. Thank you guys so much. I guess we'll go ahead and can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So that was that. Yeah, you can hear me. Everything's back on. Everything's back on the way it's supposed to be. But yeah, we'll call it a day. It's been almost 3 hours already. Jiminy Christmas. Almost 3 hours. So I better shut this down, put these glasses away, all this mess I made over here. And I'll see you guys again on Saturday at 11 a.m. right after House Sparks. So all you sparklers, tell all the other sparklers you want a place to hang out. Come on over to Trucker John. It's a good hang. I think it's a good hang. Even if it's not because of me, it's because of you guys. You guys hang out, and if you're lucky, I might yell at you, like I did Nick Rich today. If you're lucky, but only if you're lucky. All right, we made the goal. Thank you so much. We did the goal. We did sort of a chair dance party playing one of my songs, one of my AI songs. Yeah, nice and loud now. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm going to repost the intro if you want to rewatch the intro. If you see it, or any of my videos, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, and a share, and a hype. Yeah, make sure you hype that shit, man. Don't be shy. If you see one of Trucker John's videos, hype the hell out of that thing. Hype it, like it, share it. I get a little cut for every play. I get a little cut myself. I worked out a deal. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share those videos. Yeah, I get 1/1000th of a penny for every single click on that thing. So come on, people. Come on, cookies got to eat too. Cookies got to eat too, So make sure you like and hype it and all that stuff. Yeah, and I just want to say thanks everyone for being here. I do appreciate you. Let's turn red to purple, purple to blue. Maybe someday I'll have a blue beard, but right now we're purple. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please do that. And I just want to say thank you all for being here so much. I do appreciate you. Tough Cookie appreciates you. Trucker John appreciates you. We all appreciate you. Scrapes even appreciate you, for crying out loud. So let's come back. I'll see you back on Saturday. All right. Thanks for Cookie, Tough Cookie, and Paul, for Beard Guy. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, let's meet again here at 11 a.m. Make sure you tell everyone to come on in and hang out in the chat. And maybe we'll do another chair dance party. Maybe I'll do something different. It doesn't always have to be the Trucker John song or the piss on Donald Trump grave song. We can maybe I can find something else. And we can do more chair dancing. Or maybe I'll stand up and dance. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, it's not that hard for me to just move the camera back and slide this table out, and then you can see the full Monty, so to speak. All right, just settle down. I know I probably got everyone excited there. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. All we have left to do is words of wisdom before this darn battery dies. Hopefully it won't. So if you want to write this down, get a paper and pen, write down today's words of wisdom. Oh, there was a new thing I was going to do. I was going to start doing a moment. So let's do this real quick. Here's a moment of the Constitution. Article 2. I did Article 1 last time. Here's Article 2. I mean, this is Article 1, Section 2. I did Section 1 last time. Article 1, Section 2 of the Constitution reads, "The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year by the people of the several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained to the age of 25 years and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state in which he shall be chosen." Now here's in parentheses, representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states, which may be included within the Union according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed. 3/5 of all other persons. That was in parentheses. And there's an asterisk, says changed by Section 2 of the 14th Amendment. Mm-hmm. The actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States, and within every subsequent term of 10 years, in which manner as they shall by law direct. The number of representatives shall not exceed 1 for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least 1 representative, and until such enumeration shall be made, the state of New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3. Massachusetts 8, Rhode Island and Providence Plantations 1, Connecticut 5, New York 6, New Jersey 4, Pennsylvania 8, Delaware 1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South Carolina 5, and Georgia 3. When vacancies happen in the representation from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancies. The House of Representatives shall choose their speaker and other officers, and shall have the sole power of impeachment. That has been today's constitutional moment. We will pick up where we left off on the next Trucker John live stream, which will be Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific Time Zone, right after House Sparks. Tell everyone to be here. Everyone. All right, guys. Saturday is 4th of July. I'll be doing the show. And I believe Hal's doing his show, and I will be on right after Hal. Come on into the Trucker John show, and we can celebrate 4th of July together. I'll try to make something a little bit special for 4th of July. In fact, I'm going to start working on it right now. 4th of July special on Saturday. And I'm sure I'm fairly confident that whatever I do, and it will probably be not anything fancy or anything special, but whatever I do, it's probably going to be better than whatever the fucking thing they call that they put together at that Freedom 250. All right, guys. See you Saturday. Words of wisdom, if you have something to write down before the battery dies. Okay, you ready? All right, so for today's words of wisdom are as follows.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win. Right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again.
Rolling down the highway in my rusty old rig. I'm a retired trucker, but my spirit's still big. Living in Vegas, where the lights never sleep. Broadcasting my thoughts for the world to keep. From politics to pop culture, I've got it all. Sharing my views, no matter how big or small. Talking about food, the movies and bugs. Shining a light on all the social issues. No shows, I've driven through the desert, seen the city so bright. But now I'm living in a different kind of fight. From my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. In my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free.
So you want to take a trip down Paradise Road, but it ain't that pretty, it ain't paved with gold. Everybody's got the dirty little secrets, everybody's got some things unknown. But if you ain't real careful, baby, it'll cut you down to the bone. Under all those bright lights, you've gotta learn to ignore the glitter. It's all about fight or flight, and you don't wanna do either. So go on down to Paradise Road, it'll make you wish that you were young. But all it'll do is make you feel old and regret trading in your love for lust. It's all just a big charade, it's all just one big game, and it ain't about love. It's all about the thrills, it's about staying in the hunt, it's about going in for the kill. So head on down to Paradise Road, that's where your friends are now. They're the people that nobody knows, so go ahead and make your big show. So live it up on Paradise Road, just don't let anyone know. It'll be your dirty little secret, it'll be your guilty little pleasure. Living a secret that the whole world sees, hiding in plain sight among the scum and the thieves. It's so damn hard to ever be pleased. Everyone wants to live the good life, everybody wants a piece of paradise. But where would you run? Where would you hide? What would you do to buy a little more time? Grandiose dreams of happily ever after are really just another day's end.
And when the sun goes down, you just lay there wondering, can you really do it all again? You're praying for one last shot, you're hoping for one last big win. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along.
I don't mourn when evil men die. I don't feel sad, and I don't cry. Sometimes I wonder why it takes so long for evil men to die. But I want you to know that when you go, you won't be missed. And the ground where you'll lay, we're all gonna take a big giant piss. And for your end, we all anticipate, without any love and too exhausted to hate. Your long-lasting legacy will be one of disgrace and shame. Throughout the annals of history, your name will shrink, you'll lose your fame. And as you lay there drawing in your final breath, just know that you made us happiest in death. You will not be thought of kindly, and you won't be missed. And like I said before, on the ground you'll lay, I'm gonna take a big old piss.
Show's over. I'm out of here, folks. Bye.